Okay guys, in this video we're just going to be comparing three different cameras. Those cameras are going to be the Canon R8, the Canon R7 and the Sony ZV-E10. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so like I just said, we are going to be comparing today the Canon EOS R7, the Canon EOS R8 and the Sony ZV-E10. Now we're going to be running through these three different cameras in a few different categories to see which comes out on top, and then vice versa to see why one is maybe better than the others. So let's dive straight into it and talk about the Canon EOS R8. So to start off with, the Canon EOS R8 has more focus points. It actually has 1053 more focus points, which is quite a lot more than the R7 and the Sony ZV-E10. Now it also has a built-in focus motor, which is really handy and does help with that autofocus of the camera, and it also has a BSI sensor. Now, a BSI sensor is a camera image sensor which captures better quality images in poor lighting conditions and offers a better overall sharpness and image quality. So that may be something to think about. If you're shooting in those conditions, the R8 might be the one to go for. Now let's switch up and talk about why the R7 is a little bit better than the rest. So guys, the Canon R7 actually has more megapixels, coming in at 32.5 megapixels when compared to the 24.2 of the R8 and the Sony ZV-E10. Now the video recording is better than the Sony ZV-E10, but it is also similar to the R8, coming in at 2160 by 60 frames per second. Now it has continuous shooting at highest resolution, that is 30 frames per second, and also has sensor shift stabilization. Now with sensor shift, the image sensor moves to counterbalance any vibration of the camera. This means the image will be stabilized regardless of what lens is being used, which is really handy. Now you might be wondering how the Sony ZV-E10 is going to compete with these two. Well, there are a few areas in which it actually does come out on top. So the Sony ZV-E10 is actually quite a bit lighter than the other two, coming in at only 343 grams, and because of this its volume is quite a lot less as well. Now one of the main points here about the Sony ZV-E10 is that you are getting a lot of bang for your buck, and I guess that is the main benefit of it, especially if you're someone who is just starting out in this world. Maybe you're just starting a YouTube channel, you're just getting into filmmaking. The Sony ZV-E10 is a perfect place to start, and then you can maybe progress to more high-end cameras, but the Sony ZV-E10 is perfect for beginners. Now all three of these cameras are absolutely brilliant and I can recommend them all. It's just going to come down to your own personal preference as to which one of these you go for, but they're all fantastic.